All right, welcome back channel. Little update on the car and where it's at, so stay tuned. All right, so the update on the RSX is basically I need to get a new harness. There's some pinched wires, some broken wires somewhere. Like I said, I've already had issues with my map sensor wire in the harness. It was broke, so there's probably a couple more that are broken there. So basically, I'll explain what wire I think it is, and best thing to do is just, instead of trying to trace it down inside the harness or running my own separate harness, especially on the VSS, there's too much going on in there. So the best thing to do is just probably save up and get a little eBay harness, Chinese harness, until I can save up and get a actual good harness, a rye wire, whatever, that kind of harness. Yeah, I'll save up to get one of those. That way I can get this tune finalized, get everything done, and then save up for a better wire harness. All right, so here's the issue. So basically the issue I had was, sorry about wind noise, was the VSS. VSS wasn't reading on the speedometer. Hold on, wait. Yeah, so the VSS wasn't reading on the speedo, so I went ahead and put another VSS in there, not a new one, but a used one, and I ended up getting a reading on my speedo, but my reading looks like this. I will go ahead and drop the video right here. So as you can see, the speedo's jumping all over the place, which tells me there's three wires that run into the VSS sensor. There's the middle one, which is your source that goes to your ECU. Your two side ones, one's a ground and one goes to like a ground block in the wire harness, where a bunch of other the connectors connect into. I will go ahead and show you right now what I'm talking about. So if you look right here is the VSS sensor. Okay, you got your outside wire, black yellow, goes to this black yellow ground junction or junction connector, whatever. It's where a lot of your other sensors will ground to. It's in the harness, like a little ground block. And of course you got your main ground 101, and then this one goes to your ECU, which is pin out, or which is A18 pin out. So like I said, I tested this one. This one was reading a straight 14 volt without spinning the tire. So that tells me maybe that this wire keeps sending a straight signal without having this wire ground out somewhere. So maybe this, like I said, there's probably this wire right here is probably broke or pinched, causing it to send the voltage straight and not, you know, grounding out or something. That's what I think. But anyways, like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and get a new harness and try to eliminate trying to figure it out easiest way. Like I said, I had problems with the map sensor, so most likely I had some more pinch wires. Best thing to do, like I said, is just take care of it and get a new one. So there it is. Here's what I was talking about, troubleshooting. So your vehicle speed signal circuit troubleshooting. I did with all these steps. This is how you troubleshoot your VSS if you guys need this for future. Okay. Okay. This pin out right here is behind your speedo, so that's where this pin out is. The B18P plug is behind your speedometer. So that's automatic transmission. Okay, yeah, automatic. And that's your final step. And then that's manual. So anyways, I made it all the way to last step. I checked the fuses. But yeah, so anyways, I made it to the steps, and this is basically where I started to think that maybe the voltage, this is where it was bad. But anyways, let me check. I'll show you guys the sensor. So as you can see, the one that goes into like the ground block for all the other harness grounds to connect to, that's where I think the problem is. And why I think it's that is because I've troubleshooted in the RSX manual. It has a troubleshoot area to tells you how to troubleshoot the VSS. So I troubleshooted from step one all the way to the last step. The only issue we were having was from the wire from the VSS to the ECU was reading a straight 14 volts, which is supposed to read 0 to 5 or straight 14 volts or battery voltage. But it's only supposed to read that when you start spinning the wheel. So this was telling me that this signal was sending that signal wire to the ECU constant, which tells me that maybe the ground that's in there, when you looked on the sensor part that I showed you, there's probably a broken wire in that, and it's not properly grounded to give you the right signal when the tire is supposed to be spinning, etc. That's what I'm guessing. So instead of trying to fuck with it, I mean, the best thing to do right now is just get another harness. Go buy a Chinese harness from eBay, throw that in, get the tune finalized, save up some money, and get a better harness. That's what I'm gonna do. So I mean, right now the car is fucking, the motor's solid. Nothing wrong with the motor. The motor's straight solid. It runs, it drives, it does pretty good. It's just we're about 80% on the tune. We're not finalized on the tune. We don't have the boost by gear. With the VSS cutting out like that, it caused a little bit of issues with the VTEC not also kicking in. VTEC kicks in now. It works. But it was causing issues to where we couldn't get the tune 100%. So need to get the harness, get the tune done, then this bad boy should be ready to run. Like I said, I could drive it down the road, drive it to the store, as long as I don't, get crazy with it. It drives pretty fucking smooth. So that's the issue. So right now, financially, I don't have the money to get the wire harness. I mean, I do, but we're gonna be going to Hawaii next week, which I'll drop some videos on that on the channel, of course. But right now I'm strapped for money, so maybe in 3 weeks I can get this harness and get this put on and get this shit taken care of and get the tune finalized. So that's where it's at. Runs good, drives good. Harness, just, it needs a new harness. I'm tired of chasing down wires. Over on the ECU part where it connects into the ECU, you barely touch a wire on there and it wants to kill the car. So best thing right now is just to get an eBay harness and get the tune finalized, get all that shit done, and then save up to get an actual decent gauge wire harness. Not blaming it on K-Tune. The harness was great. It was probably my fault pulling the motor out, pulling the motor back in. I could have pinched the wire anywhere. I could have put the hood down on it and pinched it. I mean, it was my bad. I pinched the wires. So that's where we're at. That's the update. Yeah, so that's what it is. Just need to get a new harness. Other than that, everything else on it is solid. It runs good, except for those little issues with the VSS and whatever. So there it is. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and Kale Day. I'll catch you guys in the next one.